Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about XLM and also XRP. I think that we are closing the gap in on a lot of altcoins really kind of breaking out. We have been seeing some altcoins kind of making some good moves. If we go to the 7-day span, we could actually see those moves. We see Secret up 96%, Thor up about 75%, Curve 73.55%. A lot of altcoins making some moves, and we are sitting here and we're like, dude, what is wrong with XRP and XLM, right? That's exactly what a lot of people are saying, at least. Now, the main focus point on XRP and XLM that a lot of people don't tell you on YouTube is the fact that these are laggard coins. These are, OG assets. These have been around forever. XRP has been around since 2012. And when we're talking about assets like that, they usually run last. In fact, if I show you this chart, which I've been showing you guys for a fairly long time now, this is a very important chart because it does play perfectly into what happens in this market and this market cycle. In fact, when we're looking at this, we do see large cap gems sort of run last. Now, of course, there's going to be a lot of alts that kind of wait until the last 10%, last 20%, and so forth of alt season to really kind of make some leeway. And, I know a lot of people will tell you, hey, XRP is going to shoot to the moon tomorrow overnight. It's going to, blah, blah, blah. But the basis behind that is the fact that once utility actually does, get fostered into this market, that's when we will see XRP pretty much pump through these astronomical levels very, very fast. It might not happen overnight, but it will feel like it did. But when we're talking about a lot of these assets like XRP and XLM, they are following through with the idea that, even Bitcoin Cash is last to move. These are OG assets. They don't move, during, September, October, November. They usually run in December. This is the last pinnacle of the bull run. This is where it all starts. November into December is the key months to watch for. And all you really have to do is go back to the 2017-2018 cycle. In fact, let's go check out the XLM price chart. So first off, we are in this massive consolidation that happened back in May. We haven't made some, major moves at all. Right now, the main focus point is 42.5 cents. We have to really kind of break that to really get into that nice price upward momentum. But what I want to show you guys is the 1-week chart and going back to 2017-2018. Now, Binance doesn't really have too much price data on here, but Coinbase does. So when we're looking at this and we go back to when, XLM really started to break out of its wedge, that happened in November. November, it started to break out, and it actually hit a new all-time high in November. But then December came, and that's where the parabolic gains actually happened. This goes along the lines with XRP as well. If we go over to XRP, and again, let's go to Bitstamp because that's where a lot of the price data is. Let's go to the 1 week. Let's remove these percentages and stuff like that off the chart. And let's go back to 2017-2018. So, in fact, all the way from May, it consolidated until December and had this massive 2,518% pump from the July lows. I still think that this is something that we are going to do. In fact, I think that we are following through on this pattern perfectly. Currently, right now, we are watching, for a major breakout. Everybody's like, oh, we're about to repeat this process here. And don't get me wrong, we could easily target $2. We could target the all-time high if we wanted to. But overall, when we're talking about what we're doing here, it does look exactly identical to the moves back in March into that April pump where we were moving about 40 cents plus a day. But overall, this is what I'm aiming for. This right here, this major breakout point, which again, when we're looking at this, the all-time high getting hit didn't start until December 11th. XRP usually runs and tops out last. This is one of those OG assets. I've always said, watch for the OG assets during the end of the bull run, the last 10% of the bull run. A lot of people keep, saying on my videos, dude, we've been talking about XRP for so long. And yeah, we are. I'm giving you guys the focus point that, don't expect any crazy moves to happen just anytime soon. That doesn't mean sell your XRP and, try to chase pumps. No, absolutely not. I'm just saying, when we're talking about the 4-year cycle and we're talking back into patterns, this is what we are waiting for. This massive breakout event. It could happen anytime. We don't have to follow through on this pattern. I'm just saying November and December is the time to watch for. And we could even technically have pumps in, January and February itself to really kind of, tee off the overall alt season and really kind of top everything off in terms of the last phase of alt season, which is essentially alt season itself. But we are watching a lot of things happen right now in terms of Bitcoin and Ethereum. In fact, Ethereum is severely outperforming Bitcoin on the 7-day span. That is very good. We see here, Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. But are we in phase 2 just yet? No, I don't think so. I think that Bitcoin has a little bit left in it. Not too much, to be honest with you guys, but that's just my overall opinion. You could, listen to any other analyst out there that tells you that Bitcoin's going to 300K. I'm not seeing it, but I'm just saying, when we're talking about where Bitcoin goes, wherever Bitcoin goes, we will know when it's topped, right? We will follow the Fibonacci levels of the 702 level because it's so key for Bitcoin. And we will also watch the RSI and all of that kind of stuff in terms of watching if it's overbought or oversold, whatever the case may be, right? But right now, in terms of the price data on XLM and XRP, first off, RSI looks great on the weekly chart. The RSI right now on a lot of altcoins actually looks very good. The Bitcoin pairs, if we go look at the Bitcoin pairs, they look like they are ready to really have a strong reversal. I've been saying this for a little while on XLM and also XRP. First off, the RSI is in a massive consolidation. It's still under 50, which is telling me that it's not overbought. It's actually fairly consolidating at a nice accumulation point. So a lot of accumulation is happening right now on XLM. Same goes for XRP. XRP is having this nice reversal off of the 1695 sat level. The RSI was severely oversold on the 19th, so you guys know. So the 19th was a perfect time to actually enter in because it was at around 25 in terms of the RSI, which is extremely oversold. Of course, we have to watch for this to really kind of hit above the 50. That's where we really want to be back at. And I do have a demand channel here at around the 2,113 to 2303 level. That's where we really want to be back in for that nice, price demand. That price demand will also bring us to my price demand. I don't know if I have it on the Binance chart. So I actually only have the bottoming stage point here. So we don't actually have the price data. 1 second, let me go to the data, or the day chart, I mean. So in terms of the price data and where we really want to be back at, essentially we want to be back over $1.25. That's our main focus point. There's resistance there. We keep hitting that and pretty much bottoming out from there and kind of coming back down and trading sideways. Overall, is this chart extremely bullish? To me, yeah, this is extremely bullish. And let me remove some of this stuff off of the chart so that's not too cluttered. So overall, right now, the main bottoming point for us, the major support level, isn't these wicks down here. It's actually around the $8 point. We have held that fairly strong. We've always regained it. It looks fairly strong to actually hold that level. In terms of resistance, of course, these wicks up here are resistance, but the major resistance point right now to really kind of break over and hold above is $1.16, which again follows through with my whole idea of the $1.15 being the major support level once we do break it and actually reclaim it as support. So until these levels are fully broken, we're not going to see too much, price data on XRP in terms of price appreciation. But I will say this, XRP's USD pair compared to the XRP, Bitcoin pair, I think that this looks extremely bullish. In terms of the RSI, we are over 50. We bottomed out on the 50, regained that as, major support. So, I wouldn't be surprised if this does break above 70 very soon, most likely in the month of November. I think November is going to be very good for a lot of altcoins. It always is, even going back on the 4-year cycle. XLM, again, when we're talking about this on the daily, we could actually go to the daily chart and look at the RSI. Again, the RSI looks fairly good, still trading sideways, nothing too crazy in terms of breaking down. We actually had that nice little breaking down point here where we retested 55.70. Overall, is there a lot of support there? Well, when we're looking at the chart and we actually look at the support levels, those major support levels are around this point here, which is 37 cents. We have been holding that fairly strong. The next major sign of resistance is up at about 39.69. It's essentially 40 cents. So until we get that nice breakout on 40 cents and actually hold above it, which I'm targeting Personally speaking, my target point is around 42.5 cents still. That's that major resistance going back to September 6th. We have been seeing a lot of news coming out in terms of Stellar, and I think that that is a really good catalyst event for XLM to really kind of pump out at. But of course, we have to watch Bitcoin very closely here because we still are ranging with Bitcoin. The good thing about Bitcoin right now, though, is that we are pretty much retesting this major support zone. And as you guys have always heard me say, every single time that we retest support, okay, every single touch of the support or resistance, it gets weaker and weaker. And so far, we have retouched this support 3 times now. So I'm watching this for a major breaking point at about 44.70. I think that that's going to allow for a lot of altcoins to really kind of run in terms of, you know, price appreciation. We will see Ethereum first. We will see Ethereum make new all-time highs and actually go to probably around somewhere in between the $7,500 to $10,000 range. I'm going to be watching that fairly closely. I personally want to see this back down in this green point down here. So essentially at around 40.98 to 41.82%. That is fairly good for us. The RSI looks like we are almost bottoming out at around 50. So, you know, we will probably get a little bit of a nice reversal. That will pretty much allow Bitcoin to top off in terms of price. And that's where the real fun really happens for a lot of the altcoins. And that's where we will see a lot of that, you know, price movement diversify into altcoins as well as even Ethereum. So I'm watching Bitcoin dominance fairly closely as we do range into the weekly and monthly candle close this weekend, as I have mentioned to you guys. In terms of the Bitcoin price chart, we are retesting that 60.8K level. We already did multiple times. We actually retested it 4 times. This is major support. I've always said that that level is very strong support. We did hit some resistance at around the $63,000 level again. That was our major, you know, resistance point going back to the 15th before, you know, we obviously retested the support level, and look at what ended up happening, right? We wicked all the way above, you know, $66,000. So right now, the main target to break over is 63,000 for Bitcoin, with the $66,000 price target range in mind. Once we do break over 66K though and flip that for support, we'll target 75K plus. Again, I'm still not seeing these major price targets for Bitcoin being targeted, but of course I'd love to be wrong. I'm going to be watching it fairly closely as we do range on. But do I think that XLM and XRP are ranging for a major breakout event? 100%. It's just going to happen a little later. I still think around this, you know, November, December timeframe, you know, somewhere over here, that's the key points to really watch for. So, you know, to really prepare yourselves for that, I would say buy the dips if you can. You know, right now, the major support zones for XLM, I've already told you guys, is around that 36-cent level. So watch for that. Watch for XRP if you guys do want to accumulate a lot more. We have our support levels laid out here. In terms of XRP, or I should say Bitcoin, do I think that the bottom is in for Bitcoin right now? So far, we have held the 60.8K level fairly strong. So I think that the bottom is in on Bitcoin. I don't think that we have to worry about too much, you know, price movement until we do range into November. I think that we're going to see an exciting weekend this week, especially considering, like I said, it is the weekly and monthly candle close. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are, and it's beautiful. This is Nick. Peace out, guys.